Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something really cool. We're going to use some incredibly detailed 3D animations to decode the entire spectrum of high-end automobiles. You see, luxury isn't just about getting from point A to point B anymore, it's really about how you feel during the journey. We're going to be escalating from high-tech executive comfort all the way up to completely bespoke, multi-million-dollar rolling art. It's a pretty amazing journey, so let's get right into it. So first things first, what does luxury actually mean? I mean, when we talk about cars that cost more than a typical house, does true luxury mean whisper quiet isolation from the outside world? Does it mean cutting-edge digital technology that anticipates your every move? Or, is it more about raw, handcrafted mechanical power? Well, as we'll see, the answer changes entirely depending on what tier of wealth you're looking at. To figure that out, we're going to climb a 4-tier pyramid today. We'll start off with the high-tech executive class, then move up to grand tours, step into ultra-luxury bespoke saloons and SUVs, and finally top out at hyper-luxury and coach-built exotics. All right, let's start right at the base of our pyramid with Tier 1, the high-tech executive class. This tier represents the absolute pinnacle of mass production engineering. A perfect example of this is the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class. Check out this 3D cutaway of the Maybach's predictive air suspension. It's literally scanning the road ahead of the car. It uses cameras and sensors to read the asphalt, actively neutralizing bumps before the wheels even hit them. And all of this intense processing happens in milliseconds, while the passengers in the back are completely unaware, probably enjoying a calf massage in their rear seat sanctuary, complete with silver champagne flutes and an augmented reality head-up display. I mean, that is pure digital serenity. Now, shifting gears a bit, this brilliantly illustrates a totally different Tier 1 philosophy, driver-centric performance luxury. Take a look at this 3D model of the Porsche Panamera Executive and the Taycan Turbo S. Here, you can see how Porsche extends the wheelbase specifically to give executive-level rear legroom, but, and this is key, they blend that with sports car dynamics. Through adaptive air suspension and dynamic chassis control, the car corners completely flat. It's a seriously incredible feat of engineering, giving you the thrill of a sports car without ever compromising that plush executive ride quality. Moving on up. Leveling up to Tier 2, we have the Grand Tourers. This is exactly where performance meets opulence. Notice that massive number 10. That isn't just a random figure we pulled out of nowhere. To build a single Bentley Continental GT, it requires over 10 square meters of natural hide and perfectly hand-matched wood veneers just to complete the interior. This is where we step away from mass production efficiency and move right into painstaking labor-intensive craftsmanship. Every hide is meticulously inspected, and the wood veneers are perfectly mirrored so the grain actually cascades beautifully across the cabin. Watching the mechanical ballet of Bentley's rotating dashboard in 3D is just wild. With the push of a button, the entire center console literally flips. It toggles between a high-tech touchscreen, 3 beautiful analog dials, or just a completely clean, uninterrupted wood veneer if you're in the mood for a digital detox. And alongside Bentley, we have the Aston Martin DB12 and DBS. These absolute signatures of the Grand Tourer class feature incredibly aggressive styling and bespoke tailored interiors. Plus, they're backed up by punchy, high-revving twin-turbo V8 or V12 engines that give an exhaust note with just incredible depth. The whole vibe here is about crossing continents at high speed, but doing it with absolute elegance. Okay, let's step up to Tier 3, ultra-luxury bespoke saloons and SUVs. At this level, cars basically become completely unique architectural statements. So the crucial point here is how cars at this level handle the physical world outside. Take the Rolls-Royce Phantom VIII and its legendary magic carpet ride. Now, that isn't just some catchy marketing term. It is a highly advanced, self-leveling air suspension system that works in perfect synchronization with camera-based road sensing. It actively adjusts the ride in real time, isolating the cabin so profoundly that passengers actually feel like they're gliding above the asphalt rather than rolling on it. This incredible 3D exploded view reveals exactly how Rolls-Royce achieves that quietness. It takes a staggering 130 kilograms, yeah, that's nearly 300 pounds, of heavy-duty acoustic insulation layered throughout the chassis. You add to that the really thick double-glazed windows hidden within the Phantom's frame, and the result is absolute acoustic isolation. It's essentially a mobile vault. And the features here offer a totally uncompromised, sovereign experience. Inside the Phantom, there's a feature called the Gallery. It's this seamless glass fascia stretching right across the dashboard, where owners can actually commission and display their own custom artwork. Above you is the famous Starlight headliner, where thousands of fiber optic lights are hand-woven into the ceiling to mimic a night sky. And if you go for their SUV, the Cullinan, you can get a glass partition that entirely separates the passenger cabin from the luggage compartment. This makes sure that no noise and not even a single draft of outside air disturbs you when the trunk is opened. I mean, it is total environmental control. And here we are, the absolute pinnacle of our pyramid in Tier 4, hyper luxury and coach-built exotics. This tier is all about pure mechanical artistry. Just watch this gorgeous 3D engine block roar to life on screen. This really shows us the true heart of Tier 4. Vehicles like the Bugatti Chiron and the newly announced Tourbillon use these massive quad-turbo W16 or advanced hybrid V16 engines. But honestly, they aren't just engines. They're monumental power plants, delivering a mind-bending 1,500-plus horsepower. It's a level of engineering that literally requires completely specialized tires, cooling systems, and aerodynamics just to keep the car on the ground. But of course, all that power needs a skeleton. The structural foundation of this tier is pure automotive artistry, heavily relying on ultra-advanced aerospace-grade materials. The perfect example here is the carbo-titanium monocoque chassis found in the Pagani Utopia and Huayra. By weaving titanium wire directly into the carbon fiber, they create a chassis that combines lightweight rigidity with a stunning, jewel-like finish that is very often just left exposed right in the cabin. Zooming in with this 3D macro view, you realize something pretty crazy. There are absolutely zero plastic surfaces in a Bugatti's cabin. Literally every touchpoint is solid titanium, machined aluminum, or flawless leather. Then pan over to the Pagani and just look at that gear shift mechanism. Rather than hiding it beneath a leather boot like most cars, Pagani leaves the intricate mechanical linkage totally exposed. You can actually watch the metal rods and springs operate with the precision of a fine Swiss watch every single time you change gears. It is automotive art in its purest form. So let's bring this whole explainer together. This matrix does a brilliant job mapping out our journey today. We started at executive luxury with Mercedes and Porsche, really focusing on cutting-edge tech and digital control. Then we moved to grand touring with Bentley and Aston Martin for that high-speed, handcrafted continent crossing. From there, we stepped up to the ultra-luxury of Rolls-Royce for absolute acoustic isolation and those crazy bespoke commissions. And finally, we topped out at the hyper-luxury of Bugatti and Pagani, where extreme performance engineering meets completely unmatched mechanical artistry. As we wrap up this deep dive into the world's most incredible vehicles, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder. Luxury is highly subjective, right? So if money were absolutely no object, which philosophy of luxury would you choose? Do you crave the whisper-quiet silence and magic carpet ride of a Rolls-Royce? Or does your heart race for the mechanical symphony and exposed titanium of a Pagani? Which tier truly defines luxury for you?